Hello everyone. So I hope you all are well and doing great. So my today's topic will be I'll be discussing some key parameters on how system on chip works. So we have divided our content into four types. First, there will be introduction to SoC designs. Then we'll know about the architecture of SoC designs, how it happens. Then we'll talk about the power, performance, and the technology which we are using. Along with this thing, the fourth unit, which will be covering the architectural design and the partition and exploration. So we'll just try to understand what is SoC and how we are using this in our modeling styles. So the basic fundamentals which are covering in the case of SoC are okay. So SoC, like if we take an example of case study of SoC, so we are using cell phones, hardware designs, flow, labels of systems, modeling of abstractions, basic SoC components, simple microprocessor, and the connections. So you all might be wondering what is SoC and what does SoC does. Okay, so let us just assume a simple example. What is SoC? As you all are aware that in a circuit design, if I talk about AC and DC converters, which we are commonly use in the cell phone chargers, AC DC rectifications. Okay, so AC and DC circuits are containing multiple circuits. Okay, inside it. So it will contain some capacitor, it will contain inductors, it will contain a transformer as well inbuilt inside it. It will contain some diodes. It will contain LED to indicate whether the device is working or not. So if I sum up all of these in a one build, so they are working in set condition. Set conditions mean like they have a particular task which they are running inside it. Like this is a AC-DC converter which I have tried to explain you. So AC-DC converter, it will contain capacitor, transistor, transformers, diodes. So similarly, if I talk about SoC environment will be having these types of circuit inbuilt which are performing different architectures. I hope this point is clear. So in this SoC environment, this particular block is indicating this only one chip. If I suppose like this is a AC-DC converter, this is a RF signal, okay, which we are using for listen to the radio systems. Okay, here this port is used for display. Okay, so we all are using laptops and monitors over in our homes and offices. So we know this thing like to connect CPU to the monitor, we are using a cable, VGA cable. So we can assume that this port is somewhat related to like a VGA cable. This will be having a memory section. This will be having a communication type, which type of a communication which we are using. This block will be indicating to the USB port that we can put the USB port inside it. So as we know, as we understand by this whole hierarchy that SoC is system on chip. Like these are little systems which are inbuilt in this whole architecture. I hope it is good till here. So similarly, we are having a presentation over here. So I'll just open it for you. So this is a basic block diagram, okay, which everybody needs to understand the functionality. So let us suppose this is a IC of a Apple iPhone. We will all know Apple creates iPhones, MacBooks, iPads, each and everything. So this processor, this IC will contain multiple inputs, multiple functionality. If I talk like from the Apple iPhone, what all functionality we can achieve? Okay, we can hear calls. Okay, we can play games. Okay, like now the trending game is like PUBG we are using. Okay, so we can even use for different purpose, like it will be having some gyroscope. Okay, we use GPS as well. Like there are n number of properties by which like this iPhone will be handling, and we are surprised to know that this each one of the property is being controlled by this whole IC, which I can say this whole little IC. So as I told you in this my previous section, that SoC is system on chip. They are having different multiple inputs, and these multiple inputs and outputs are dependent to make the particular decision whatever we are using. The decision can be, it can be using this conversion, AC/DC conversion. We can use for VGA converter, like for a display we are using. We can use for RF signal. We can use to put a USB. We can use one of the port for like some of the operations we just wanted to attain. And we are having one more port that we can put some memories, RAMs, and like static RAMs. Okay, dynamic RAM, DRAM, and SRAM are there. So let's just turn on to the basic. You see there are different ICs over here which are being embedded into this. So let us just start discussing about the some of the parameter. Okay, this is SSD. So SSD is like serial flash memory. Okay, so what is a flash memory? I'll just let you know. Flash memory is like a very basic memory which we are having in the port of ICs. Okay, so it will going to store some data for certain period of time, and after that it will going to vanish. Let us take an example that if I want to copy a section, so what I'll do, I'll just select this section and I'll just do Control C and Control V. That's it. This is how I am copying, and Control V stands for paste. So if I am continuously copying this, like the first statement I have copied till Bluetooth, second statement I have copied till further example, third statement I have copied for SoC. So you can observe this when like as soon as you copied the next statement, so the preceding statement will going to erase from the system. Okay, I have copied the three different styles. Okay, first till Bluetooth, the second line is from further to example, third line is from like a main SoC. As soon as I copy this line main SoC application processor by using Control C command, this line will going to erase from the memory. Let us not consider like we are having a backup for we are having a backup for creating whatever the files we have copied. Let us assume that only one copy is being allowed to copy from Control C. As soon as I select another line or try to copy that line, the previous line, it will going to erase. So this is somewhat like flash memory is like that. It's the basic application which I am telling you. So next is Samsung application processor, DDR SRAM. So we know this, what is DDR SRAM. So RAM is a random access memory. Random access memory, the power is like here the memory is volatile. So I hope you are aware of this volatile memory. What is volatile memory? Volatile memory, like as soon as power is going to be there. Okay, so we are having this RAM. Okay, as soon as power is there, it will continue storing that value. As we turn off the power and turn it on our system, whatever the data is stored in the RAM, it will going to erase automatically. It will not going to store this thing. And what is this is ROM, this is RAM. Okay, And if I talk about ROM, so ROM is like read only memory. So what is ROM? ROM is basically, ROM are basically of two types. We can have like DDR we are having, and nowadays we are using which type of RAM? Electric RAM. Okay, electric RAM, DDR RAM, or we can say like there is one more word we used to say. Can anybody tell me? Think of. Okay, that is SSD. That is the SSD RAM which we are using. I hope it is good till here. So like HDD RAM is like basically it was being previously used. It works on electromagnetic conditions, and SSD works on transistors. Okay, so basically it is like quite high in speed, and its efficiency is also high, and it response time is also very good as compared to that of HDD. So if I talk about the HDD, like there is low response time. Okay, it get sometime it get also it provides some error also. Okay, error engine say it get discarded easily. Okay, we need a lot of repair for this to if we are having this HDD. So this is all about ROM and RAM. Let's roll back to the main PPT. So now we are having this accelerometer. So accelerometer is being created by this ST Microelectronics. This is a semiconductor company. Along with this thing, we are accelerometer is like we are whenever we are running or whenever we are doing any type of physical activity, you can see we have a separate section for our activity closer. So that activity closer is being accelerated, is being noted by this accelerometer. Okay. Now we have smart power management IC. Smart power management IC means like, okay, I'll just explain you through a simple diagram. Suppose we are having this phone over here. Okay, so the phone at the back, we are having some different cameras, and we are having like, let us suppose like this is a GPS block over here. This is the accelerometer block over here. This is a flashlight over here. This is like there are multiple set of instructions, set of boxes which are being there in mobile phone. So how power management works? Okay, so I'll just explain how power management works. Power management works in a very simple way. Whenever there is necessity to provide power, it will going to provide power to that particular device, or else it will going to suspend. I'll explain this a little bit more. For example, I'll just take an example of human body. Okay, so human body requires 3 times dosage of food, right? So like if you're having breakfast in morning, then you will have lunch, then you will have dinner. It's like it is very mandatory. It's not like that one day you will not have lunch or dinner, so you will be having some backup for that. So like your power is being continuously consuming. Okay, and you need continuous power. But in the case of electronic devices, when you see your phone battery is 100%, and if you are not using for next 2 to 3 hours, you will see the battery percentage will not decrease as speedily as if you are using applications. Like if you are not using your phone for 2 3 hours, so the battery will going to decrease like only 2 to 3%. Like it will be like 98% or 97% according depending upon to the battery capacity. Okay, let us just not discuss like my phone will be landing to 90%, like 20% only if I not use this thing. Let us suppose like we are having a fit and fine phone, and if we have charged this to the 100%, and if we are not using this phone for 2 3 hours, so what it will going to do, it will going to it will not going to end as soon as like very quickly. I hope it is okay. And if we are using any of the application, like suppose like I'm using YouTube, I'm using Instagram, I'm using Facebook, or I'm playing game even. So battery will going to affect rapidly as fast as, okay. So here comes the logic of power management. So what I can observe that when I'm not using the phone, so battery is not degrading as effectively as it should, as it is decreasing in the human body. I hope it is clear. And whenever my power source is being required, when I'm opening YouTube, when I'm opening like playing with this Instagram or playing game or something else, then only the power is going to use. But that's not the case with the human body. I hope it is right to all. So human body, whether you do work or not, you require 3 times power. But in the case of electronic devices, it is not mandatory that if you are working, then only the power will go to support. If you're not using your applications, or if you're not using this devices over here, like any of the devices for the next couple of hours, so it will not going to degrade. I hope this power management concept is clear. So this basically, this little chip over here, this little chip over here is indicating like it is a smart power management ICs. Now we come with power amplifier and modules. Okay, so what is power amplifiers and modules? Everybody have earphones with them, and earphones, we know this earphones is having some electromagnetic effect. And how are they being powered? So they are being powered by this power amp. As soon as we are connecting Bluetooth or any of the wired device with our phone, so it will going to definitely going to consume some power. So here comes the role for Skyworks. This is the company Skyworks, which is producing the power amplifiers. Okay, power amplifiers is like they are producing the, they are providing the power to the source devices, active devices, which need little amount of more power than the required one. For example, we can consider the condition that we are using uh, we are using our earphones. Okay, we are using our earphones can be the examples. Okay, earphone will be having a wire attached to it, and there are 2 earphones over there. Then we used to put, and there is a like little microphone. So as an electronic engineer, we know that this earphone will going to take consume some power, this microphone will consume going to consume some power. So this power is comparatively high that what the device is providing inside to its components. So and also addition to it, the power which mobile phones use is from 3.3 volts to 5.5 volts. Okay, that's the average power which I'm assuming. So you consider this thing, just by 3 volts of power, we are driving the heavy devices like earphone. Like earphone is quite heavy for the this mobile phone to be operated. Okay, then the next is UMTS transceiver. UMTS transceiver is like a transceiver which is used for like communication between like we are having a call and something else. So we just have a this particular device just that is used to receive some data or something else. Then we have this power amplifier. Again, this is a different type of a power amplifier which we are using, because like we know this thing, we are having different applications, different things which we are running on the phone. So as soon as we used to play games or PUBG in our phone, so it will going to consume more power, it will going to consume more graphic. So again, we are having a different power amplifier. There is one more power amplifier which is being used for high power charging. Okay, nowadays phones are having this ability that they are being they get quickly charged, okay, in fractions of second. If my phone is on 0%, if I keep it on charging mode, okay, if I keep it on charging mode, so it will going to charge in 5 minutes. Okay, in 5 minutes approximation 50%. So this is all about the optimization, the power amplifier. This is the similar thing, power amplifier. This is one more thing. We'll just not land to the details of each and everything. Okay, so now we have this pseudo SRAM. SRAM means static RAM. Like it is being powered. It is going to stored till the power is being put, and it will not store the as I restart something else. I have similarly smart power management IC, then there is a power management. So this power management IC is responsible for inbuilt function. Okay, so let us assume we are trying to open different applications. So as soon as you press the three lines button in your phone, okay, there are in the bottom there we are having three inputs. Okay, like one is for going for the home, one is for going for the like back option, then one is we are having for seeing the applications which we have opened. So we can see we have opened multiple applications in our system, and that those particular applications are running in the backend, and running means they are also consuming power. So in order to manage those things, so that applications are being suspended for temporary purpose. Okay, so this particular IC which I'm reflecting over here, this is a power management, which is the inbuilt feature which is used to manipulate the inbuilt applications which are consuming more power. It will going to suspend if it is not in use. Okay, then we have linear technology battery charger. Then we have this one more thing. Okay, then we have this like hammerhead. Okay, that is a GPS tracking system which we are using. Then we are having audio decoded. Okay, so let's explain what is audio decoded. Audio decoded means the audio which we are providing to the system. Okay, let us say I take an example. If I say hello Siri, so this is my verbal explanation which humans can understand, but not the electronic device. So in if I need to develop a condition in which the Siri will going, Siri is a basically, I'll tell you what is Siri. Siri is a inbuilt AI or IC, like inbuilt feature which the iPhone is providing, that by we can say if we say hey Siri, and whatever the instruction we just wanted to put, so we can just put it into that. So like if I, as soon as I say he say Siri, so say Siri, so what it will going to do, the audio which I have provided to the input of the microphone, it will going to decode to the electronic signal, and that electronic signal is being coded to the binary logic, and then that's how it is going to save that, and that's how it is going to transfer the audio from one mode to the another mode. I hope it is clear. Now we have this Broadcom touch screen controller. So nowadays like the phones are almost, we are using touch screen phones. So touchscreen phones is having its own interface. Okay, touchscreen phone is having its own interface. So what I can say, okay, so I hope it is fixed till here. So touchscreen panel is having multiple inputs, multiple set of instruction by which we can hold different conditions. So this is a particular, like this is a like different IC for this display. As we see, like sometime our display used to vanish, so in that particular syntax we used to replace this display interface IC, so that in order to get the correct display. So I hope this all logic which I have taught you till yet, you have understand what is SOC and what we are going to learn in this whole structure. So this IC is containing different ICs. This whole PCB is containing different ICs, and each ICs are having different functions, and they are working together. So they are working together. So this we can call as an system on chip. So there are some more things which we can discuss about. Like this is our cell phone chip. Like we are having this GPU over here. Okay, and then we are having dual core ARMs, Bluetooth devices, Wi-Fi's. Like each and every device is being embedded into this single PCB, and they are working simultaneously. So that is being just because of SOC environment. SOC is system on chip, whatever, like we can say, like there are multiple systems over here in the PCB, and they are working together. So this is all combines to make a system on chip. So this is all about the explanation. Okay, you can find this presentation, you can find this PDF in your college. Okay, so your professor will going to provide you this. Now this is the multimedia codec, radio interface, power management, battery control, front and rear cameras, memory card, physical card connection. So I told you about all these things in the in this, like in the whole section. Okay, so this will contain multiple blocks. So this is how SOC is working.